Con sonar, new contact bearing 231, designated Sierra 2. Con sonar, new contact bearing 108, designated Sierra 3. Con sonar, new contact bearing 236, designated Sierra 4.
Oh boy. Good morning and welcome.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 2.
Okay, cool story. I gotta make like a tree and get out of here because I've just been rumbled.
043,
Oops, sticks.
helm aye.
What?
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Oh, okay, I don't like this.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Wowzers.
Sonar, we are cavitating.
Yeah, what's going on?
Passing 200 feet.
Okay,
Con
so
sonar, Sierra 1 is cavitating.
welcome back to Cold Waters. I'm Captain Numpty,
700 feet. Dive by.
or David Steele, and I'm already in trouble. It would appear.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 4, last bearing 234, contact faded.
Since I don't know what this is. Well, I do know it has Waikato torpedoes, and we've sent something back at least. Okay, today was going to
Con
be
sonar, lost contact. Sierra, con sonar, no longer cavitating.
it's going to be an interception mission against some
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 233.
some Russian.
Con sonar,
oh,
regained
Lord.
contact on Sierra 2, bearing 225.
All right, crew. Crew out have a volume control. Today was going to be a mission on intercepting some Russian cruise missile boats, and we weren't sure how many or what type. And we figured they would probably have an escort, but that was about all we knew. And if we could, we were going to use the new Sea Lance weapon, or the fantasy Sea Lance weapon that was cancelled in 1990. We've retrofitted a skipjack. We're in the USS Scamp, back in one of my old favourites. That is SSN-588. But as you saw, the mission opened and I got bounced and pinged. And that's likely.
Making turns for 3 knots.
I'm either in the middle of their formation, which is a little unlikely. I think Sierra 3 is maybe a surface contact, and Sierra 1 and Sierra 2 are submerged. I don't know what these are. I can't see. Well, I could guess, but I can't actually see what they are. In terms of what from the sonar contact. So, well, I mean that's about as much as I know. That might be a Charlie 1.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Charlie 1s don't have Waikato torpedoes, so I don't know that either is a Charlie 1 or something else fired at me. So, it shouldn't be a boomer. They both look like Charlie 1 signatures, so I don't really know what I'm dealing with right now. And Sierra 3 is that surface. Let's see if we can just look. Okay, that appears to be a surface contact, which is good. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Good news is that that torpedo has gone active already, so I'm going to drop to ultra quiet. I'm going to aggressively get my speed down.
0 knots, maneuvering aye.
So I'm using emergency reverse or whatever, back emergency, whatever it's called. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, hello.
5 knots, maneuvering aye.
So there's actually multiple torpedoes coming my way, and the other one looks like its wire's broken.
Regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing 236.
So the benefit
Maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
of getting my speed down quickly is it brings the sonar back up, which
Sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
is absolutely not realistic. However, for the purposes, oh, it's an Oscar.
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified as submerged submarine.
Purposes of the game, it keeps it a little more playable, I think. Let's make the crew a little louder because they're not interrupting me the whole time. Let's do that. Okay. What is Sierra 4? I'm not going to stress it too much. It seems to be some distant, which is fine. Okay, let's get my speed back to 10.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering
Gonna
eye.
actively ping. I'm going to go aggressive here.
Con sonar.
'cause I want to see
Switching
if I
to
can
active
get
search.
torpedo onto Sierra 5. It's Oscar. I might have to bring my speed back down to 5 knots.
Make
Oh well,
turns for
there he is. I
5
can see exactly where he
knots.
is. What I can
Maneuvering
do
eye.
now is get a Sea Lance on his head. I'm going to get
Make
another Sea Lance now. I think I'm carrying
1550, dive
2.
by.
I am. It's a fairly small warhead on the Sea Lance. It's not likely to sink an Oscar. Look at that. There they all are. You rotters.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
I don't like what you've done to me, you meanies. This Mach 48 is wasted, but at least this will not be.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Oh, lost the...
Con sonar. Launch transient from Sierra 2.
Okay, there's Sierra 4 again, and maybe Sierra 4 is a threat as well. But I don't know what that is. Probably a civilian. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, not quite. Okay, well, it looks like it's a Soviet cargo ship.
Con sonar. Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
So we can
torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
fire Sea Lance at up to 10 knots speed. I'm going to drop one towards the lead one. In fact, that's... Wow, he's rushing off. We get one over here,
Shoot 2-1, aye sir.
and we'll get the second one a little closer to him.
Shoot tube 2, aye sir.
So, and I'm going to get the depth of these guys. They're both about my depth. Let's get a Mark 48 in this vicinity too. So I think we really need to tackle these. My primary target is, of course, the
Shoot tube 4, aye sir.
cruise missile boats.
Con sonar. Launch transient from Sierra 2.
Victor 3 is going harping. I'm going to press
Helm
my
right
course.
276. Helm aye.
Get my depth up to 55 feet. I really want to see what Sierra 4 is. Let's
Con sonar. Switching to passive search.
disable my active sonar. That's going to help me a little bit. I'm still pretty sure that these can he detect me? No, he can't, which is good. He's traveling at speed though, that's why.
Passing 100 feet.
So hopefully I'll be able to sneak away. I think that's relative. I'll get my speed to 10 knots, I think.
Make turns for 10 knots. Con sonar. We are cavitating.
So you cavitate at 10 knots at lower depth, and you also you leave a wake.
Con sonar. Lost contact. Sierra 3. Last bearing 036. Contact is in the baffles.
You leave a wake with your mast on the surface, which is pretty obvious to anything that happens to be around, but you at least keep your speed up, which is important here.
Con sonar. Regained contact on Sierra 3. Bearing 035.
Really gotta get away from these guys now. Let's see this Oscar. He's seemingly ignoring my two torpedoes.
Steady course.
Well, that was his mistake. Although he's kind of ignoring the first one now. I don't think this is going to sink him. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. Oops. We're just...
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Well, we got a little
Upscope.
a little too shallow there, which serves me right. Let's see if we can detect... Okay, so M4 really is a console, and... That's East Germany, I think. It's been a while since I've seen East Germany, but there, you see what I mean by it's leaving a bit of a wake, which is... It happens. Anyway, I'm going to
Downscope.
go ahead and get back down to depth. We'll get my speed to 15 knots.
Make turns
Oh.
for 15 knots. Maneuvering eye.
That was a pretty big boom, and we didn't kill it. Is that the Charlie taking one? I think it was.
Passing 100 feet.
So that tells me we're actually going to need another torpedo out in the direction of these two bad boys. But I can't wire guide the second torpedo. I've only got one wire on the Skipjack-class. So I can keep up with them if I can go a little quicker.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
3 knots. And they're both taking a hit.
Passing 200 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to crank
Con
on.
sonar, no longer cavitating.
Unfortunately, and at 15 knots, I'm losing that distance and time, and I've got nothing else that can touch them. I also have to get out of the way of these 2 incoming torpedoes because they are likely good quality. Let's see. Yes, it can carry the full complement, and it can carry standoff weapons as well. So this is bad. All right, let's accelerate time. I'm going to notch these torpedoes just a little bit. Oh, actually, I'm going to fully notch them.
Come right to 313, helm aye.
Hey, we got the Charlie 1. That's good. It must have breached the hull enough that it ended up sinking. So I'm notching the 2 incoming. I want to get as much distance between them and I as I possibly can.
Con, helm, steady course.
I'll accelerate time. Yeah, this Oscar's packing on, so to speak. I think that's okay, distance-wise. So we'll do a Han Solo gentle left turn. If you watch Star Wars Family Guy, you'll know what that means. There we go. That works.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 2.
Okay, so this Victor 2 has just detected my Mark 48, and the Oscar has changed course, so I'm going to change my torpedo. Still really want to tackle this as best I can. Victor 2 did slow down, but I think he's just packed on the speed again. The Oscar probably hasn't. Oh, he has as well. He goes 25 knots. Okay. Yeah, back up to 30. Now, if I accelerate to 33 knots, I can catch the Oscar,
Come
but
left to 254, helm aye.
I'll almost certainly lose the wire on this torpedo. And I really don't want to do that because another change of course of the Oscar and it nullifies this weapon. Still got nearly 15 minutes left of fuel. Oh, man.
Con sonar, regained contact. Come right to 292, helm
He's
aye.
doing a good job at defending his cruise missile boat. I'm going to have to crank on, I think. Well, I'm still got 6,000 yards between myself and these torpedoes, but they may have a 3,000 yard sensor range, and I'm not going to get out of that. Okay, I'm going to have to go. That's... Well, it's inevitable, unfortunately. Nothing is inevitable, but I really do need to get out of the way. So I guess we'll put the speed to 20 knots.
Make turns for Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I know we're cavitating. I'm gonna have to go. If I
Make turns for 3 knots, maneuvering aye.
if I take the hit, I've failed the mission. So I really do need to get that Oscar.
Con sonar, lost contact.
Passing 300 feet.
We'll see when the wire breaks. It might not break, but I'm pretty sure it will. Let's gently
Con,
turn.
fire
There
control,
we go.
we've lost the wire.
Okay. For what it's worth, we'll get down to 700 knots, 700 feet even. Okay.
Make depth 700 feet, dive high.
I may not have done enough to avoid this torpedo either way. We're still 4,000 yards away. Probably not gentle turn quite that much.
Come right to 275, helm aye. Con, helm, steady course.
It's making a ton of noise. But so's the enemy. And
Con
the enemy
sonar, no longer cavitating.
enemy's moving away from me as well. Okay, let's accelerate time. Let's see if this thing picks me up. As if it does, I'm going to have to do some evasion again.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3 knots. Con, sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water, bearing 148.
Turning away, like so, and the hope is it's getting down to depth. My hope
Con,
is...
sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 174. Contact is in the baffles.
It's going to circle around behind me. We might not be able to see it. No, well, we can. It's got down to depth. It circles round, but by doing so, it increases the distance between my boat and it. And sometimes, if you're right on the cusp of detection, it goes out of range, so by the time it's pointing in your direction, you can slip away. It's hard to slip away at something making this much noise. But we managed it, we think. Okay, let's turn back west.
Come left to 270. Helm I.
I think we should be okay now. Let's go ahead and accelerate time.
Helm. Steady course.
Yeah,
Con
it's-
sonar lost contact. Master 3. Last bearing 055. Contact is in the baffles.
It is circling. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording right now, and I'll see what happens in this long chase. I'm gonna point my my heading towards the Oscar's heading, I think
Come
now.
left to 257. Helm I.
Something blew up.
Con helm.
Huh.
Steady course.
Oops. I guess I got the cargo ship that unintentionally got it. We made a bit of a mess of that. Do you reckon we can blame the Russians for that? I don't know. Okay, so like I say, I'm going to pause the recording and see what happens. My Mark 48 might get close to this Oscar, it might detect it and change course, and if it does, that will slow down a little bit. And then we still have this Victor 3 to think about dealing with, perhaps. So, I'll be back. Well, I can't catch him. He is too fast for me. He's making a ton of noise. He can't detect me, but I can't catch him. I tried for a long way. So that just about wraps up today's battle then. That was well, it was an interesting occasion, but hopefully you got something from this. The standoff weapons did help, but not quite enough. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Hope you got something from this. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you didn't. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much, everyone. Goodbye.